actually before that, we were talking to everybody at Dior, and I quite strongly felt that I wanted to work with Romain Gavras. I'd wanted to work with him for a long time before, and I couldn't really find a thing to do with him. And I got involved with that, and I remember bringing up his name, and everyone was like, I don't know about Romain Gavras, like it's maybe a little bit too far out there. As soon as everyone agreed to it, I started to think, wow, everybody wants to do something kind of on the same page, and then we're all thinking of doing something really different, because Romain's style is so violent, and from what I'd seen, and I was thinking, that doesn't really go with fragrance commercials. I wanted to do something different for me, just, I mean, regardless of anything else. I wanted to do, I felt like my career as an actor was going in a certain direction. I felt like working with Romain and also doing something which is quite mainstream, but also edgy. I think it kind of fitted into where I want my life to go. And so I started talking to Romain about what we could do with the love. Dior gave us a lot of freedom to do kind of whatever we wanted, basically. And didn't want to make something kind of posy, like not very modelly. I mean, wanted to do something that had some anger to it and had a bite to it, and sexy as well. I mean, I didn't think that, a lot of fragrance commercials, they have like a distance between the viewer and the people in the commercial, and I wanted to have something which was really visceral, and I think that's kind of Romain's style. And it seemed like the further we went when we were shooting, no one really ever stopped us. The Dior Homme man is, I think, someone who's just a little bit wild. I mean, a little bit kind of does whatever he wants. He's a bit of a free spirit. Not really scared of anything. Can kind of be whoever he wants to be at any time. Just someone who lives life on his own terms completely. Yeah, he's like the kind of guy who gets into fights in a tuxedo. I mean, hopefully that's how people interpret it. There's something innately elegant, and well, especially in people in foreign people's eyes about French people, but they kind of seem very classy 100% of the time. And I think even though there's a lot of energy and the commercial's very visceral, it does still have very natural elegance to it.
I've had difficulty just being able to relax with a piece of paper.
Quite wild, hopefully pretty sexy, something quite elegant but fast-paced about it, and quite visceral and powerful.
You think about Brazil, you think about soccer, football, that's how we say it. Brazil is it. No, I don't play soccer, I wish. But my son can do it. I have 2 sons actually, but my older son, he actually doesn't like it. But I forced him because since it's a Brazilian, culture. I'm planning on being in Brazil for the World Cup. Hopefully I'll watch Brazil on the finals. I really hope to be on the stadium, hopefully on the ground. I don't know if I will get there, on the grounds to feel all the energy from the people. I hope so. I don't play soccer anymore, but when I was a kid, my brother and his friends were always playing in the garden, so they'll let me join in their game. But I wasn't very good at it, and I'll kick them in the shin, and then they'll get mad and throw me out. I don't play soccer. In Brazil, the tradition is boys play soccer and girls play with fashion. E aí, mano, is a good one to know. It's like, what's up, bro, If you see somebody cute in the street, you can say, gato, gato. If you're a gringo and you hear some Brazilians going around, you say, you're a gato. So you know what that means.
Is shine from the inside and feel confident. That's what people see when they look at you.
I love being around someone that's just oozes with love for themselves, not in an arrogant way or anything, but even if they look like just baggies, they can still look like the sexiest person alive.
Interview with Paul from Note in Manchester, Wednesday what's the date today? 25th, in the skate shop. So Paul, introduce yourself.
I'm Paul Rogers and I'm the manager of Note.
Okay. And what kind of thing do you do at Note?
We sell skateboards, trainers, clothes. Yeah, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Skateboards, trainers and clothes.
Right. And what inspires what you do?
I'm not sure. Our hobbies, our interests, our friends, our fashions, music. I don't know, whatever we're into.
And is there a big skate scene in the Northwest? And in particular, is there a skate scene in the Northern Quarter?
I'd say, I don't know about the Northern Quarter, I mean there's skate shops in the Northern Quarter, but there's a big skate scene in Manchester. Probably one of the biggest in the country. There's big scenes in Liverpool and Leeds and Huddersfield too, but I think Manchester, given with all the students and stuff, there's a particularly big scene here.
Okay. So what have been the best best bits of your career and the worst bits?
In terms of doing a shop, I don't know. I mean, I think the best things have been like the video premieres and like the get-togethers we've organised. Just any excuse to bring the whole scene together, get everyone in one place at one time. They've probably been the highlights and the most memorable things. Yeah, and I guess the fact we managed to keep the shop open for 15 years and been like relatively successful. That's an overall quite a kind of, I don't know, a highlight for me.
And what are your plans for the future?
Well, for the minute, I don't know. We've just opened this new shop on Thomas Street. That's for the future. I haven't really thought much past that. Just to carry on doing what we're doing. Yeah, perhaps try and grow the website side of the business. Other than that, we're pretty happy with the presence we've got in Manchester. So yeah, just work on our website a bit.
Why the change? Why did you change from the shop where you were to this shop? Both shops are both in the Northern Quarter.
Yeah, we've still got the other shop. We're doing two shops now. We just ran out of room in that shop. We did this shop to concentrate on the clothes and the trainers, and that shop's to concentrate on the skateboards and the skateboard brands, the skateboard kind of t-shirts and shoes and stuff. This shop's a bit more fashion. That one's strictly kind of hardware and proper hardcore skateboard stuff.
Then you're gonna collect football t-shirts, not skateboarding t-shirts. So I've got Russia 1970.
And what's your favourite thing right now?
I've got Casillas.
Favourite thing in the shop?
Spain.
Not necessarily in the shop. What's your favourite thing at the moment?
In general. I don't know. I personally like going out on my road bike. I've got like a bike that I like riding up into the peaks and stuff like that. And, yeah, and just getting out of the town centre for a bit and chilling. I spend so much time in the town centre. It's nice to get out into the country a bit on my bike and go blow some steam off and stuff. So yeah, that's probably my favourite thing to do right now.
What kind of bike have you got?
Well, the road bike's like just a Bianchi bike. I don't know much about it, but it's just a nice road bike, got gears on it and stuff, and nice and fast and light.
And do you still skate a lot?
Me? No, not really. I mean, my background was more BMX, that's how I got into all this. I've always been into cycling and stuff like that. But yeah, these days, I tend to get 1 or 2 days off a week, and on those days I just get on my road bike, get out of the city, so yeah, I haven't really been down any skate parks or out on the streets lately, to be honest.
The lyrics? Yeah. Well, the lyrics, you know, it's just, what I'm saying is that it's my belief that, you know, we're an integral part of this earth as humans, you know what I mean? And we should be of an intelligence and of awareness by now that we know it's not good to fight, it's not good to discriminate, it's not really good to knock people down, do you know what I mean? It's not good to be eating and living well when people have nothing to eat. It's not good to be taking the piss out of people who don't know that nasty way of thinking. In other words, you know, your Amazonian Indian who's getting kicked off his land so that McDonald's can go in space for some cows so we can all have cheap hamburgers. What I'm saying is we must all help each other, make each other aware. And although every man thinks, well, it's nothing to do with me and why should I bother and life's hard enough anyway, there's still something we can do, I know it. There's still something we can do from the fact that I'd like to be able to walk down the street and see the next man and he goes, alright there, how you doing? Cool. What that? What is it? You being a fucking pussy doing that? Nobody's being a pussy doing that, do you know what I mean? And people are more and more realising this, so we have to create a vibe to ourselves. We need each other. You know, in a way, we're being run. You know, we're in a system, it's being run by some people who sit at the top. They have a privileged position there. They're not using that position properly. Like the Director of Public Prosecutions gets caught in King's Cross. Like, you know, the Guinness guy, you know what I mean, not happy with the millions he's already got, has to try and scam a few more million. We're dealing with greedy people who are on power trips that are...
So you want to introduce yourself to the camera?
Yes, I'm Dan. I'm one of the events managers at Soup Kitchen in the Northern Quarter.
How long have you been here in the Northern Quarter?
Myself or the venue?
Well, how long have you been here yourself?
I've been here for a year. Give or take a month or so.
Oh, I'd like to buy a phone stick for Hippo or whatever.
We
So
do
they're all like biology's Mr. Gadget squirreling away in their shed.
We do gigs,
crazy things. So yeah, there's some of them. You know, the last night Bill, who made this fantastic discovery about hippos, he had a hydrophone attached to two sticks that's wrapped around a hamster run. Yeah, it's a hamster run. Yeah, it was like a hamster run. There's another scientist on last night who's using a pair of his mother-in-law's tights stretched over a very important piece of kit that costs £500,000 that normally tests vibrations on jumbo jets. So they're all sort of coupled together from all different things. And the vervet monkeys, you know, I was using a garden ornament because there've been no leopards in Mombasa
for 20
years. So I had to go and get this garden ornament to show them. And then when I was doing the hawk, I had a broken kite. I actually broke halfway through the experiment. I was thinking this isn't going to work, but it still did work. So
you know, because you're talking about animals.
I used to do parties here.
I talk to my dog or cat every day, and they understand every word, and I can understand that. You know, I can understand the noises that they make too. Is that a version of the same thing? Because some people say they absolutely understand. You know, dogs bark for a certain thing, or cats meow, or they sound different. They go
around the world.
I didn't do pets in this, so we just did about animals speaking to each other. But I do know that dogs, for instance, and the reason why they're man's best friends is because we have a really fantastic ability to read each other's emotions and communication. So whether you really understand what it's saying all the time with those loving, adoring eyes and you know the yelps and whatever, but there is definitely an ease of communication there.
Essentially, amongst other things, I get paid to listen to music in a club, and you can't really beat that.
There were some surprises. I mean, the chimpanzees were extraordinary that we were in last night's show, but some of the things that surprised me most were some of the smaller animals that you wouldn't expect to have a sophisticated language.
Worst bits of the late nights, early mornings.
There's a bird that's called a chickadee that has
include
it's got a call. It's only made up of 4 notes, but according to how those notes are played, it has an open-ended language, as do we. And it's
seeing some of the local resident DJs downstairs
that it requires the rules of grammar to control it. So they're like these English teachers flying around and discussing, and it makes you look at the birds in your garden and completely different eyes.
We're done for time. Can you do a bit of noise for us?
Favourite thing at the moment, and that's an obscure question.
What music are you listening to at the moment, in particular?